right, and here we go. It is time for an episode of Cash's Top 5. It's been a while since I've recorded one. Took a little bit of a hiatus, a lot of stuff going on, but I was toying around with the idea of bringing it back. And, my friend here joining me today, Haley, is a big fan of ranking things, and she had a great topic for today. So we'll get into that. Haley, how you doing, dear?
Good. How are you? I had a lot of topics.
Yeah, you had and I'm going to steal quite a few
I didn't
of
want
those.
to do any of them, but this one is the one I wanted to do. They were all good ideas for other people, but yes.
Great ideas. And this one is a fun one. It was a tough one too. We had to really, think about, be strategic, and that'll make sense here in just a bit. I just want to point out how great your room looks compared to mine. You've got bows and arrows, and you've got slings and all kinds of outdoorsman stuff. And I've got my,
I didn't know if that was like aesthetic. It is very aesthetically pleasing. So I didn't know if that was actually maybe the type of look I should have gone for.
I
like yours as well.
This isn't a choice.
Minimal.
This is just, I didn't put anything up. So
yeah.
Single guy. This is a single guy decoration.
I like it.
Okay. So we said we got a fun top 5. What are we doing today?
So we are doing 5 individuals that you would be okay with or prefer to be stuck on a deserted island with.
So you're on a deserted island. Who do you want in your posse? And
that's right, on your team.
You came up with quite a few good suggestions for top 5 topics. Why was this one, what made you want to do this one?
So this was just kind of on a whim, based on something that I have done anytime that I travel, typically by airplane. I think my cousin started it, and it just kind of stuck. And it's just something that I subconsciously do as I'm boarding an airplane. So basically, they're sitting there seeing everybody get loaded onto the airplane, and they immediately are like, well, if this plane goes down, we need to pick our team. We need to start getting ahead of it, getting ahead of the strategy. And so basically it's like judging based on appearances, what type of skills these people have, what are their professions, what are their backstories in your head. And I'm not going to give anything away here because you would probably steal it. But
True.
But I ranked mine based on kind of that platform. If we were to go down, what type of skill sets or human beings do I want there to get me back home? If that's what we decide to do.
Well, remind me to never travel with you or your cousin. You guys are talking about the plane going down as you're boarding. That's the last thing I want to think about.
Right. But what is the first thing you're going to want to think about if it goes down? Opportunity costs, use that time to grab those individuals while they're panicking about we got this for you, follow us, everybody else, get my core group.
That's the practical thing to do. That's the smart thing to do. Instead of panicking, you're like, nope, I got a plan. I know who I'm going to target. And hopefully they want to be a part of your group as well. So,
oh yeah, I hope so. But yeah, it's probably not the wisest use of the time, but it typically makes it a little more fun to fly.
Sure. All right, let's get into it. We are ranking our top 5 people we want to be stuck on a deserted island with. Let's start off. What do you got at number 5?
My number 5 is okay, so starting with a luxury person. So this is basically if we had to get rid of someone, a boat person, someone familiar with boats in order to craft or help craft or get us back home. It's not necessarily probably my strongest, but some sort of seaman, sea woman type person that can help develop or has the strategy of getting back to shore. Because I know I would be lost in the middle of an ocean, even if I had a boat. I know. I don't even want to hear it because I hate that I said it. I wish I could change it.
we just started.
I know I can talk, but I also can read that you're going to just come up with something a lot better.
No, I think that's a good pick. Assuming you have a boat. Now, if you don't have a boat, having a boat person wouldn't help unless they are able to construct one. Is that what you're also going for?
I don't know. Stay tuned.
Oh, okay. So we got the craftsman coming up. But no, I guess, yeah, if you don't have a boat, then that boat person's that is kind of a luxury. Okay, so you went first. You already don't like your pick. This is gonna be great. Okay, my number five for you. So you went more generic type of person. I
Yeah.
actually picked specific people.
Yeah. I
Uh,
don't know a boats person.
Head of the
Actually,
Navy.
okay. Well, I meant like personally. I don't know like to put a name to it, but
Well, I don't
like
personally know my picks,
okay.
but yeah.
Let's
So
hear it.
like
Let's hear it.
yeah. So head of the Navy. There you go. So
That's what you said.
my number five
Okay.
is no, I didn't pick that. My number five. I was thinking about who you would want, especially if you're going to be there a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I figure I like to cook, but I feel like I'm a little limited with what I'm able to do. I would want somebody that really is comfortable doing lots of different things in the kitchen, especially being remote. And I landed on Giada De Laurentiis from Food Network.
Oh, see, I almost put chef so close because I was like, you know what? Like if I'm gonna be out there, I would like to not have to worry about that if I'm worrying about everything else. That would be really nice. It was a good pick.
Well, and like yours was kind of a luxury. Like you don't need this person, but you'd like
Right.
to have them. So
Mhm.
like absolutely. And I was going through like the Rolodex of Food Network stars. Like Bobby Flay is my boy,
Yeah,
but do I want a pasty Irishman out there on the deserted island, or do I want Giada? Let me
that's
think.
true. That's a good choice and would be a lot more specific to a deserted island for the cuisine specialty.
Mhm. All right, we have
I want
boat
to be on your
person.
island so far.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it
Okay.
goes. You may not like the rest of the picks.
Okay. Okay.
Who do we got at number four?
My number this one is a non-negotiable. I didn't know where to put it because it is a non-negotiable, but it's probably not going to save me, maybe mentally. But I would like to have a performer of some sort, like at least like I'm not going to use two spots on it, but I almost did like a two-man improv team, just like because you're there and you got a lot weighing on you, and I don't, really want that responsibility all the time, and so I would just really like to be able to be entertained as well, like make it good because it's a lot of bad being stuck on an island. So yeah, and switch it up too because these type of personalities are all very eclectic, and together it could be a really great party or a very odd one. So we need that to gel the team and from camaraderie standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said two-man improv.
that would
Would
be
you
that would be like perfect, but I don't have another spot for a two-man, so it's just gonna have to be a really strong,
what
maybe
about
like
a singer or that kind of performer? Would you want that at
see,
all?
if it was like smooth jazz or something that I couldn't recognize over a long period of time and get sick of. But maybe I would say more like comedian, like just make me laugh.
Ooh, how about Jamie Foxx? Somebody that's really funny, can do impressions, can also sing. I mean,
Yeah,
he's kind of like a Swiss Army
yeah,
knife of
yeah,
entertainment.
yeah. I would do that. I would do someone that kind of has like, yeah. So different nights of the week, we all get back together. So that's what we want to do is be around each other in the evenings as well. But I would like to be entertained.
All right,
I
I'm
think
gonna write
I
down
think
Jamie Foxx because I
yeah,
think
that's a good person.
he most fits the bill. I think. Out of
Okay.
okay, my number four is somewhat of a luxury, but not quite. We're getting more into these are the people you really want or
Mm-hmm.
really need. And my pick number four is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Super built, obviously, huge dude. So he can help with construction of huts or tents or whatever. He can help gather things. If there's any wildlife that might be a threat, he can kind of be the protector. But he's also like a super motivator. So like
He
on the
is.
days where you're like, hey guys, we're on the island, and if you're trying to be too beachy, like if you're trying to enjoy it too much, or if you're feeling too defeated, like, oh my God, we're never going to get out of here. He's the one that's like, come on, gang, let's do this, let's do that, and keeping all the spirits going.
Oh, I like that because that's a little bit of like the performer in terms of the positive reinforcement and getting people together in an alignment. But oh, I lost my train of thought because I talked too fast there for a second. But like almost like a coach, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. Yeah, and he's got experience. I think he was in that one Lost that movie recently where he was stranded in the jungle.
Jungle
He's got a
Cruise,
resume built for this
Jumanji.
role.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, number 3. Who we got?
Okay, so this is my okay, so this was kind of similar to yours too. I said I didn't put a name to it, so I'm not referring to The Rock as a mindless mule, but just like muscle. You know what I mean? The construction, maybe physically lifting people's spirits if that's what they need, because that's what they're there for. Mm-hmm.
That's a practical pick. I mean, we're getting into like the people we really need there when you're stranded on a deserted island.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I had Giada cooking. I had The Rock motivating.
Mm-hmm.
And this next one feels like it's pretty important. And you may not know the name because I didn't know the name before today, but I had to look it up. My number 3 is Patrick Soon-Shiong. And if you, of course, why wouldn't you? I Googled world's best doctor today and his name came up. So I've got
regardless, someone's talking about him.
Yeah. So he's real popular. He's very rich, very, very well-respected doctor. So I'd pick him to be on the island with us to make sure he knows all the stuff to avoid and how to treat any maladies we might have.
Yeah. Any specialties, or did you of this individual that was like particular to maybe the island life or the tropics?
I didn't notice. I guess I should have looked at that.
No, I think a general practitioner is perfect.
Yeah. I think he can just kind of be an overall guy. Like he wasn't a surgeon or anything like too, specific like that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that. It's good because you might not have a lot of experience otherwise.
Yeah, we've got a boat person. We've got Jamie Foxx. We've got the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're closing in on who we really need on this island with us. Who do you have at number 2?
You forgot to perform. Oh, that was Jamie Foxx. Okay, so number 2 is kind of the brains behind getting us off the island. So I said some sort of engineer, someone that could help engineer a boat, or someone that could help build. And like it comes like second nature, because that is the last thing that my brain is capable of, is building anything or structurally in my head. So like either where we live on the island down to just inventing little gadgets and gizmos to make it easier to live, but also has the bigger mindset of how to build a boat. He could work with the boatsman or woman and get us off there, but has the hopefully the resume to back up his contributions.
The strategist. I wonder who I'm trying to think of like who we know that could do that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Is there like well,
how long did like Gilligan's Island go on for? So not anybody there was a strategist, right? Because that was like seasons long. I mean,
well, they had the professor. He's technically the brains.
Right. But like they stayed out there a long time, longer than I anticipate. Like, so I would say no to him, because that was the first person that came to my mind. It was like, well, they were there for many seasons, so he's not very effective.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's the professor. So you want somebody who's brainy, but not like too academia brainy. You want somebody that's a strategist and knows how to get things done.
What about like the host of Survivor? He's seen a lot of stuff, right?
Jeff Probst. Maybe. I think you take away his camera crew and production staff, he may not be that great.
Not quite. It's changing my choice completely because he's not in. Yeah, I don't know who I would put in that position that exists out there, but I want him or her.
All right. I've got my number 2 for you is kind of along those lines that you were just talking about. You mentioned Survivor, and I actually have a friend of mine who was on a season of Survivor.
Oh, really?
Jessica Figueroa, aka Figgy, is my number 2. Like, she's done the Survivor thing. She did really well. There are many articles that break down like she could have won the whole season if she hadn't linked up with this dude. Like, they had this during taping romance. They're like, if it hadn't been for that, she would have been that held her back. So she knows, I don't really need the the competitiveness. Like
Yeah.
we're not trying to win Survivor, but she knows how to survive stuff. And I guess, were evacuated due to a cyclone, so she knows how to get to safety. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That makes
she knows what's going on.
I almost you mentioned that she maybe would have made it all the way if there wasn't a romance. I was so close to saying like just someone with good looks and muscle. You know what I mean? Because I would like to have some like because I told Alex I was going to say this already. I was like, look, if I have to pick 5 people, that means you can't be there because he encompasses all 5. Obviously, I'm just kidding. But I told him I need like looks and performer or looks and muscle. I couldn't decide where I was going to put it, but I just took it off. Because the performance will be fine. But that makes sense for the strategy and having experience in that sort of environment with kind of the competitive edge. Yeah, that'll help with efficiency, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's cool that you know someone that was on that.
Yeah, it was really cool. We promoted the heck out of it when she was on. We're like, hey, this is awesome. Like, Ward Central grad and all that.
So cool.
Yeah, and you can, all your picks can be attractive. There doesn't have to be any uggos. They can be 5 for 5.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I want you to have a hot strategist. I want you to have a hot boatsman or woman.
Good.
Yeah.
Because it's not, you don't always get that luxury when you're on an airplane, how I originally would play, you just kind of work with what you got. And then sometimes you don't even get a full team, and you're just like picking up the scrapes or maybe hoping that you stay in the ocean. But no, I like that. I like that stipulation that they can be as attractive as they want.
Of course. This is all fantasy top 5, so they all better be hot.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
All right.
So actually going to
We've got the boat person that can kind of navigate and know charting and whatnot. We've got the performer, aka Jamie Foxx could be like a singer, could be a comedian, really kind of cutting up, keeping everybody entertained. Mm-hmm. We've got the muscle to really help construct things and do all the grunt work that might need to be done to kind of lead the group. You got number 2, you've got the strategist, the kind of the professor type that can really think things out and know what to keep you guys safe and what to chart you guys next. So those are all really strong picks. So I'm really curious who your number 1 would be.
So obviously I'm trying to leave as little responsibility for myself as possible with all these like specialties, because who knows what I could really bring to the table. So my number 1 is a survivalist of sorts, someone that can pick up in areas that I'm not very strong yet. I would like to be, but like in herbal medicine, or, you had the doctor, but this person is kind of plays that role, kind of like the medicine woman, you know what I mean? With what we have available, but also to find food, how to prepare the food, something maybe I haven't done before, in terms of living as a complete minimalist, so someone that has experience with the wild plants, wild medicine, food, animals, that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah. So kind of a Swiss Army knife type person where they are the type, they can just throw some things into a knapsack and then go out and be gone for 2 months and they'll be just fine.
Yes. Like I would maybe pull someone off the Appalachian Trail, you know what I mean? And just be like, hey, are you good?
All right. Yeah. And
I feel better having a survivalist there before I eat the berry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they're attractive. That's the key thing too.
My arm hurts so much.
Duh.
Was there a salve?
Man, okay.
Okay.
Swiss Army knife, strong 5. And if we were to go back through and really think about who we could fill in to be those 5 things, I think you'd have a really strong cast of characters for sure.
Yeah.
All right. My number 1 for you, I had Giada, I had The Rock, I had Dr. Xiong, and I had Figgy from Survivor. I forget what season she was, 40 something, 30 something, I don't know. But anyway, my number 1 is not a practical pick, I don't think, because I don't know her that well at all. But my number 1 pick is Ana de Armas, the actress, who's been in lots of stuff. She was a Bond girl. She was in Knives Out. She played Marilyn Monroe in Blonde.
The girl, like
the girl, Marta.
Curly hair.
Mm-hmm. She's Cuban American. So she's got the Hispanic accent.
Hold on. I just watched Knives Out. I'm sorry, I'm blanking.
So she's the caretaker of the old man, the one that sips the
Yes.
mug at the very end.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I
Nice.
don't know if she can help at all, but I want her on the
Okay,
Deserted
okay.
Island.
So that's why
Yep.
I really appreciate that you let me say that everybody could be good looking when you use like, I'm not saying that's why you chose her because obviously she's a talented actress.
No, that's
But
absolutely why I chose her.
okay,
Well,
but
I do think she knows a few languages, so she might be able to help
okay.
translate with locals if we find people.
Yeah. Okay. No,
And
makes sense.
but this is a guy pick. Like she's gorgeous, and we're on a
Yeah.
desert island. She needs to be there.
Yeah, she does. No, I completely agree. A good one.
Uh,
Yes.
did you have one that didn't quite make the list? Did you have somebody that, because you had a luxury pick, did you have another luxury pick that you just kind of couldn't fit?
Mine, the chef was one that was like really close to making it, just someone, but then I was like, that'd be very similar to someone foraging for what they could and having like educational background, like the survivalist would have. So I would say that, but I want, if I could add someone, I would just maybe add like a room for like best friend. You know what I mean? That would be fun. Maybe it was
somebody you like actually know really well. And
yeah, just to be like, hey, come on, someone that you can commiserate with that, like, I don't know, like
that would be a very funny list if you did that. You're like, okay, my top 5, if I were stranded on a desert island, I'd want my husband, I'd want my son, I want my best friend, I want my dad. Like, yeah, no kidding. Of course you do.
yeah,
But
obviously it's my first pick.
You have an extra room for your best friend.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of entertainment in my pick. Obviously, Jad is a television personality. The Rock is a movie star and overall entertainer. But I almost included Zach Brown or the Zach Brown because I mean island music. They've got that beachy vibe, Toes and Castaway, all their beachy type songs. So that would be cool. But I was like, I kind of need these other guys and gals to really round out the 5. So that's 2 luxury. Yeah. Plus, we can just listen to his music on somebody's device.
Who downloads to their device anymore? There's no Wi-Fi.
I still burn CDs from my car. So we wouldn't necessarily have a CD player, but I wonder if we'd be able to figure that out some way.
Hence the engineer.
Yeah. Well, so I didn't pick any fictional people. I picked real people, but I had MacGyver down.
Oh, good. That's a good one. That would have been a good one.
He's the ultimate Swiss Army knife. He can make something out of anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Chuck Norris. He probably physically is one,
Yeah. So yeah, that would work. But that's going to round us up. That's our top 5 for Deserted Island. You have a hand in a lot of different things. You make candles for a great cause. You are an active outdoors woman, big family lady. You're a traveler. You're over in this place and that place, and you're going to be on TV. People can see you on TV. So where can people find you? Where can they follow you? Where can they get your stuff?
Yeah. They can follow me on Instagram. That's probably where I'm most active. And it's, do you want me to give the handle or do they just know that?
I'll put it below you.
Okay. So, they can follow me on Instagram. I'm kind of everywhere. And they can look and see the candle line. That's something that I do here, or I started here locally, and the outdoor stuff here with the archery and, our building projects and on the mountain. So if it interests them at all, they could definitely follow me. And then wait until the show premieres on the History Channel for the Ultimate Mountain Men, Ultimate Marksman. My show has not aired yet.
Okay.
And so as soon as I find that out, I'll be able to let everyone know. But they said after the first of the year, we would find out. But definitely, if you want to watch or you're into primitive weaponry and competition in the old Wild West, then I would definitely say you should tune in.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this. I really do appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks. Have a great evening.